Hey y'all, it's Kika, your lifestyle blogger. And in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the finishing touches that I'm doing to my home. So, as you guys know, about a month ago, we moved back to our home. And really exciting, but not everything was finished. The upstairs still needed to be done. The ceilings, that although they were drywalled, it still needed to be finished. So I had this grand idea to take the wallpaper off the entrance wall here. As you can see, we had, remember the black and white floral that I had in the entranceway? Anyway, I decided not to do wallpaper on my walls, but keep the wallpaper in the bathroom areas. I have the front entry, which is still wallpapered right here. And then I decided that I wanted to wallpaper the ceiling in my main area. So the combination where I have the living room, kitchen, and dining room, that open concept area, I wanted to wallpaper the ceiling because we're going to get away with just keeping things, toning it down a little bit, not having too much pattern and things like that on the wall. But really, I really like this color, so I wanted to keep that color with the black and kind of keep it toned down. But I do like the dramatic feel, and I love the French type look, Victorian type look. I'm a grandma, what can you say? But anyway, and so I really wanted to bring that black and white wallpaper back. So what I decided to do is attempt to wallpaper the ceiling in that area. And I did get as far as finishing the dining room and half of the kitchen. I had to order more wallpaper because I ran out. But I want to show you some videos of pictures that I was looking at on Pinterest that really gave me this wallpaper ceiling inspiration. Now, because this is my home and it's not a rental, and it's my home that I'm investing in and that I'm going to live in forever, I really wanted to make sure it's a space that I enjoyed as well as my guests when they come to visit. I like conversation pieces. I like to be able to talk about what inspired me to do that particular design. And as you guys know, I love New Orleans and their style and their design. Not necessarily all the bright colors. However, I do like the aesthetics of kind of how everything is put together in New Orleans with the shutters, the beautiful plants, the wallpaper, just kind of all of that. And I kind of wanted, because of my trip and my inspiration, I wanted to incorporate some of that in this design. So let's talk about that. But before we get into the full detail of this, let me show you what inspired me. So keep watching. All right, guys, so this is the ceiling wallpaper inspiration that I found on Pinterest. And I really liked the way everything looked so cohesive with that added touch of vibrance on the ceiling. And I just had to have it. Okay, so let's go in and see what I've done so far. So as you know, I did this wallpaper ceiling a while back, and I really like the look of that. And it was to disguise my speakeasy area. So I redid this because we went with the black theme. So I decided to make these doors black instead of white like they were. And instead of using these as valances, I took out the panels that were here and we just put the curtains there. That way my cat can get in and out because I do keep his litter box downstairs in the basement area. But I really like the feel of that. So that is what my entry looks like. So as far as dramatic, and you have to have that. Everyone usually has like a pop of color or something different to kind of show off in their home. Mine would be this wallpaper, this black and white wallpaper that I'm actually using and putting in different areas. Now, the reason why I'm putting it in different areas is because I want the house to be cohesive. It bugs me a little bit when I go into homes and one room is painted one color and the next room is painted another color. It just gets me all confused. So I like consistency. And so the consistency in this house is going to be this beautiful buttercream color that I had decided. And then we did all the trim and doors and everything black. So that's the consistency. The pop of color, if you will, would be this dramatic feel of this black and white wallpaper, because this can actually go with anything and with any color. So I did take that color blue out. I just didn't like that anymore. And we're just going to keep it nice, toned down and subtle, but with that pop of color or that pop of design feel. I had added that black and white wallpaper. So that's what you're going to see when you first walk into the entrance. You'll see that. And some people say, hey, why is a pantry there? Well, you guys know the story of my speakeasy and why I named it the pantry, because this house used to be an old store back in the 1920s. So that was the whole purpose of naming the speakeasy the pantry. So I went to work on the speakeasy, and the speakeasy is actually back. So I'm going to show you that at the end of this video and what it looks like. And I'm really, really excited about that. For the most part, it does look the same, but I did incorporate some of the things that we had down there already more to the top of the stairs. So that way, when you open that door, you are feeling like you are really going into a speakeasy. So we'll talk about that. But first and foremost, I'm going to bring you into my living room area here and kind of turn the camera around. So this is an area that I still need to finish and work on. The building inspector called me. He said after the plumbing and electrical final thumbs up, then he can come in and do the building final thumbs up. And I was like, I can't live with my ceilings and my stuff like this. And he said, go ahead, finish it to the fullest. So I'm so excited. So anyway, that'll be done. So this is what I did. I did the dining room and part of the kitchen, but this is the actual ceiling. And never mind that, that's just my robot Astro, who likes to hang out in the living room. Ready to help, he says. But he's actually a surveillance robot. So when I'm not home, I let him know that I'm leaving. And then he'll turn his surveillance on. He's always ready to serve and do whatever. He likes following me around. But anyway, long story short, this is what it's looking like. And so I went back in and I smoothed some of the rough areas so it can lay a little bit more flat. Some areas still is a little bit questionable, but for the most part, because of the pattern, it looks really, really well. So this is the actual ceiling. This is the only dramatic that you're going to get down here in this area, other than a little few designs on my pillows. But I kept everything pretty basic downstairs. I changed it out. I wanted to keep it a little bit more toned, but then when you look up, then you get that pop of color and vibrance in that. And to me, I'm going to live with it for a while. I think I really like it, actually. But you can always change it out. There's so many beautiful wallpapers out there that you can do to change this. But I really like the black and white wallpaper. I don't know why, but I do. But what I was thinking to kind of make this all mellow out, because this is really dramatic on my ceiling, I did order, you remember these beautiful curtains that I ordered? Well, first and foremost, I had some stickers on there on this door to kind of keep the dogs behind there so they wouldn't look through. Plus they usually get this door all messed up, so I'm always cleaning it. But because I got this wallpaper, that peel and stick design on that glass just did not look right, so I had to take it off. And then I hung this there just to see what it would look like, but I decided I don't want curtains in the middle here. I'm going to take this off. And I ordered a black set of this. These are my most favorite curtains. They match the ceiling, but in a more subtle way to match the color on my walls. Well, what I did to incorporate this with this is I went and purchased black. So that'll be here today or tomorrow. And then what I'm going to do is have this in the middle and then align the outside with the black curtains. And then this will kind of pull in everything. And I got two sets because, of course, I have the window here, but I also have the window there. So once I get to that part and the wallpaper comes, then I will be able to incorporate all of that. So a lot going on in my household, I tell you, but it is so much fun. And I am so excited to be able to finally finish it up. And then I'm going to be able to take you upstairs just to see what I'm doing. I haven't done anything yet. We're just kind of finishing up the walls up there. I am going to get dramatic and do that wallpaper in the bathroom, as I have done in both of my bathrooms, in a different way. So in this bathroom, I kind of incorporated this wallpaper with this tile. And then, so that's that look. And then I got kind of and then I changed the mirror. So I got that mirror going on. Just a little bit of a look. I like things to be cohesive and kind of match. if you will. And then in my master bathroom, I'm going to take you in my room. This is a little bit different. I did incorporate the wallpaper, but I incorporate a little bit more black and then the tile at the bottom. And then we got this. So I did incorporate the wallpaper in that bathroom. Upstairs, I'm going to go all out. And that whole bathroom is going to be wallpapered because I have the clawfoot tub up there. And it really reminds me of the 1920s feel. And that is the date of this house and how it is. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take you and show you the speakeasy. It is finally finished, you guys. And I am so excited about this and what I did. But I want to talk you through this first part. So I'm going to turn my camera around. Here's the entrance. So when people come in the front door, obviously they'll look here and be like, why in the heck would somebody put a pantry? People did back in the 1920s, if their houses were small, like this one's small to me, they would have like an understep pantry. So I figured, you know what, instead of making this a voltage door, I went around and around deciding what kind of hidden door I'm going to have. I could have made this a mirror, and that might be something that I might change later on down the line. But for now, I decided we'll make it look like a little pantry entrance just because we got this wallpaper going on. Let's just do it. And then I had the spoons and forks, and some of my things fell off, so I got to order some more. But anyway, I'm going to open this up. I'll probably order them in white. And when you open this door, you get hit with this. So do you guys remember this? This is actually on the wall where the picture is hanging up of my dad. So my dad was really the inspiration of me doing a speakeasy in this house. All of it kind of came together really nicely because the house was built in the 1920s, which that was the Prohibition era. Remember that? And then this house was an old store and not a house, which made me do the pantry name. Remember that? And then this brick just kind of gave me that speakeasy feel. And I have this brick on the wall where I have that big picture of my father hanging up in the speakeasy playing his guitar because he has a love for music all of his life. I do too. Our whole family does. So I wanted to do that. Now I'm a little stuck on this area. So as you can see, this is black going all the way down. I did add some light. So as you're walking down, motion lights will come on. However, this little landing here, I put these little jars here, but I want to do something else in this area just to make it more pantry-like feel, I guess. But I'm going to wait because I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it and which way I'm going to go on it. But it is all done. And I'm going to show you a video that I recorded actually last night that I'm going to stick at the end of this video because I don't feel like going downstairs. But I wanted to show you the speakeasy and what I've done. So keep watching, more video footage coming up. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please do so by hitting that subscribe button. That way you get notification every time I upload a new video. And I will be uploading a new video in a week or so when we finish the upstairs of the house. That is something you are gonna want to see. So keep watching.